Okay, y'all. I guess I've been going a little heavy on the arts and entertainment stuff lately, commenting on movies and pop culture events and phenomena. But I wanted to talk about the latest. It's not really. I guess it's not really the latest. It's a few months old now, but I finally got around to watching new South Park. There's like a they've started broadcasting on Paramount, which I got in order to see season 3 of Picard, and and I intended to just cancel it after I watched all of season 3 of Picard, which is very good. I recommend it if you're, if you're into if you're into that sort of stuff. It's they decided to finally give the fans what they want, and that's great. That was great. It was great to see everybody again. All those cast members, especially Dr. Crusher, if you know what I mean. Beverly. Oh yeah, she's in her 70s now. Still got it. Still got it. Anyway, I'm getting a little bit far afield. So on the Paramount channel, the South Park guys, Trey and Matt, have been broadcasting new features, I guess, and I don't know if they're still on Comedy Central and this is something additional, or if this is the new South Park manifestation of South Park. I haven't watched South Park in a good long while. I think I stopped right around 2016. I sort of it wasn't because they were anti-Trump or they were making fun of Trump. I didn't really care about that. I didn't think they had to be Trump partisans, but I kind of had the sense somewhere along the way that Trey and Matt, and I've talked about this before, had really sold out. To put it in a rather inelegant and cliched sort of way. I believe that at one point those two guys were actually mavericks, and they were actually sticking it to, the power structures and saying things that would get under the skin of certain powerful people. They were legitimately countercultural. But somewhere along the way, I think they made a deal with the devil. I'm not saying a literal deal with the devil, but because I don't know, I wouldn't want to make that accusation without greater knowledge. But I think they reached some kind of compromise with the powers that be, and this all started right around COVID. That's right, the COVID era. I remember the COVID special, and I didn't watch it because I didn't want to. I knew, I could tell where it was going from just the previews and everything that I'd heard about it, all the reviews, and they were saying, the reviewers were saying things like, yeah, it shows that they've grown up, they've matured, Matt and Trey, and they were saying things like that. Whenever critics talk about an artist, whether it's a band or a writer or somebody else like that, and it says they've matured, I think that's a bad sign. I think that means that they've become more amenable to the kind of people that run the show. That's what maturity is. Maturity is selling out, and stop, not being so rebellious anymore. Stop not being so shocking. Not really sticking it to the man, but finally just saying, hey, look, the man's okay. let's just, let's just do our thing together and keep up a veneer of what we had before. We'll still be vulgar, we'll still have stuff happen that's a little bit outrageous, the whole South Park, feel of things, but yet something has unalterably changed. I really do strongly believe that. So I'm watching the special that they have on Paramount, and it's just so disappointing. It's I mean, I don't know if it's disappointing because I've already kind of reconciled to the fact that it's South Park is not what it was, and basically they sold out over the damn pandemic, quote unquote. It was like they pushed the party line of the pandemic, and they pushed the party line. When the Baj came around, the Baj, the thing you shoot in your arm, Baj, say it backwards, BAJ. That's I don't even know if I have to use that kind of subterfuge anymore, but I'm still doing it just out of habit. Yeah, they pushed the vaccine. I'll just say it that way. And saying this is the only way to get back to normal. And when it was happening, they weren't questioning anything. They were making fun of anti-maskers. I think there was some storyline where Cartman was an anti-masker and blah blah blah, and yeah. So they were on board with Pfizer and the gang, and I don't think there's any coming back from that. I think when you're gone, you're gone. When you've sold out to Pfizer and all the rest of the creeps, then you are gone. Your history. Now that doesn't negate the great things that you did in the past, and lots of hilarious episodes in the past of this show. Although I frankly think it's been running for way too long. Just like The Simpsons, just like Saturday Night Live. Holy cow! Why the hell are these shows still on? They're almost as old as I am. I mean, God. And what new are they giving us? I mean, how are they avoiding redundancy on The Simpsons? Like, in their 39th season. Oh, well, this episode is actually kind of like the one that we did in season 23. Remember when Homer got hemorrhoids, and now we're having Homer get hemorrhoids again. Oh yeah, you're right. We're kind of repeating ourselves here. Like, anyway, the episode that I saw. I mean, there were a couple of telling things. First of all, years ago, Matt and Trey were making fun of global warming / climate change. Climate change. That's what they correct you. It's not global warming. It's climate change. Because, it's not always warming. If it gets colder, then they can still say, oh, it's climate change. And frankly, I'm not a scientist. You can believe me or not believe me, but I am a skeptic about the climate change stuff. I think it's hooey. But regardless of how I feel, and I don't know, I could be wrong. Regardless of how I feel, it's definitely, one of the markers of quote unquote correct ideology. It's something that's beyond the pale. You're not supposed to make fun of it. You're not supposed to say bad things about it, or you're not supposed to mock it, or just to say that it doesn't exist. Some people think you should get arrested if you promote the fake news that there is no such thing as climate change. So they had this thing that they called Man Bear Pig. Man Bear Pig. and it was obviously, climate change, but it was this phenomenon that everybody was fearful of and yet didn't seem to actually exist. That's what I remember Man Bear Pig was. And so it was just like this hysteria over something that was not really a thing. But in this episode, Man Bear Pig is actually a thing. And like it's affecting the water supply, and also there's a reference to kids getting mutilated, and it's not even you'd think back in the day, you'd think that Matt and Trey would be the type to say this is absolutely ridiculous. We can't let our children be. We can't let this transgender stuff, trickle down to our children. That's they were the promoters of just common sense. And the whole idea that you could mutilate a child's body, change him from one sex to another, because you feel like, he's not really into football, he's into ballet, and I don't know, just ridiculous stuff like that. Anyway, so Cartman ends up getting a boob job. He wants his mother to get one, but she refuses to do it, and so he threatens her, and then he says, well, if you're not going to do it, I'll do it, and then she says fine, because she's not giving in to him anymore, and then so now Cartman has breasts, and so and it's done in a way that it doesn't even seem like it's making a commentary on the travesty of underage genital mutilation in service of the transgender agenda. It just seems like it's just sort of like, hey, they do these kind of operations on kids now. And so, Man Bear Pig is real. It's causing a drought. Also, like they're using, music like WAP, like there's musical numbers where they're using songs that are popular now, or that were popular then. I guess this was a few months ago when that song was more popular. I don't know. But so all in all, it just seemed like I just was so disenchanted, disheartened, that I just had to stop watching it. South Park is crap now, y'all. It really, really is. Am I wrong, though? Am I missing something? If I am, leave your comment below. Thanks for watching.